Good afternoon. Welcome to the reserve program here in Monaco for Rush Round 16. It is a nice night race here at Monaco. My name is Phoenix. I am one of the commentators for this evening, and somewhat joining me in the comms box tonight is SJ. How are you going this evening?
Yeah, Phoenix, how you going? Voice a bit croaky today, but yeah, looking forward to this. 17 guys in tonight. Obviously, a few seats that were. I think a lot of people knew that we're probably going to get a few seats missing for this one, as this is going to be interesting. But I cannot wait to see what this looks like at night.
Yeah, Monaco itself does bring the nature of Monaco, it will bring carnage. We will see end plates flying. I don't think there's any doubt about that one. But something we are doing for Monaco is we have turned, I think, correct me if I'm wrong in anything, but we've turned ghosting on this evening for quali due to the track, and you can't let cars on flying laps past very easily. It also saves the stewards a bit of work with the amount of tickets that would come just from qualifying. And then I believe we reset to a custom grid for the race start.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that is right. We will have a custom grid that basically starts. We'll go through, so everyone will obviously retire. We'll get the order, and yeah, just make sure that someone gets a screenshot, and yeah, we are good to go. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This will be an interesting one. Obviously, these walls do bite, so uh, yeah, interesting.
And I know I covered the Baku Reserve program, which was absolute and utter carnage. I want to say 2 safety cars. I'm not quite sure how many virtual ones we had, but I think we ended with 11 DNFs out of 19 or 20 drivers. And Baku, I want to say, is a bit nicer than Monaco. The walls don't bite as quickly, but Monaco, we can. Someone's managed to invalidate. No, there is a few spots you can invalidate on this track without ending up in a wall. But I wonder will, how many end plates will go missing. So we saw a fair few around Baku, but it's Monaco, and it could be complete carnage on lap one.
Yeah, definitely. We will go on board a flying lap of who do we want to jump on board with? We've got Gangster, we've got Jazzy, we've got Zombie, we've got Paulie Mad, or we've got Com United. So, who do you want to jump on board with for a
Ooh.
flying lap?
We'll go with Con United if I can,
There you go.
because he is just about to start. So coming across the line through corner one, cuts it nicely up, keeps it out of the wall, through corner one, coming up the hill, corners through corners 2, 3, 4, keeps it off the walls. Almost cuts it there, coming down into the corner 5, which is kind of a slightly mean corner before the famous Monaco hairpin. Does that quite nicely. Now coming down into corner 8. Have kept it off the wall so far, now flying through the tunnel, using that ERS there. Then coming out into this little chicane, keeps it out of the walls, nicely done. There is a yellow, but I'm not quite sure what that was from. Now coming around into the swimming pool section, keeps it nice out of the walls, doesn't invalidate coming through that corner, which you can invalidate if you're not careful, coming around the Ferrari, moving out of the way and coming around the final few corners and burning that ERS down to the line, and will go P7 for the time being with a 1:11.273. And RJ Gimson has a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with Pooler Mad. That's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Collisions were turned off.
Yeah, they are. But okay, interesting. Yeah, so Aiden's made instead of the P1 time there, 109.913. Oh, that's a bit of a spin there, and then he goes into the wall. So should be okay. Should be able to drive straight through the guys as well. So, but yeah. Oh, doesn't it look good in a night race? I've not seen it this season. Or not seen it for actually a while, and that does looks pretty epic. Looks very different to in the daylight.
Yeah, especially coming out of that tunnel, you don't get blinded by the light. Because when I've driven Monaco with my very interesting track record here, is I always get blinded and struggle with my braking point coming out of the tunnel. But that's not an issue tonight because it's not that bright outside. It's lit up by the nice street lights of Monaco. As Aiden rating is still currently sitting on the top. So we do have 12 out of the 17 drivers having already set a time here in the early stages of qualifying. Zombie about to come across that line, burning that ERS down, and will go P1 for the time being with a 109.791. So he grabs provisional pole for the time being here this evening.
Yes, definitely. It's going to be interesting to see what is going to happen next. And yeah, we've got a few guys still to set times down the bottom there. We've got Symphonic, MPJ, and Dilby. So we're going to jump on board. I think we'll jump on board with Symphonic. He's in the Alpine tonight. So we'll see how he goes. But yeah, still got 3 guys still to set times. So let's wait and see what happens.
Yeah, and I think just by having a quick glance at the drivers here, I think most of them, I think there's maybe 1 or 2 which are brand new here at Rush, but most of them are those division drivers getting ready and practicing for the week ahead here. As Dilby has retired from he has been in the middle of that chicane. Interesting spot to Actually, it's not an interesting spot to bin it because you come out of the tunnel and you clip that wall. That would be a common spot to bin it. So Dilby will not set a time here this evening, and Symphonic is now rounding out the final few corners to start his next lap here, burning that ERS down into that first corner, keeps it nicely, cuts it chicane perfectly without invalidating, now flying up 2 corners, the next section of corners, which to me almost looks like 1 corner, now coming out to corner 4, down the kind of uneven path to corner 5, heading into that all too familiar Monaco hairpin. Does it nicely, now coming down into corner 8, sorry, and getting ready to burn that ERS and fly through that little tunnel, coming out into this sort of chicane, keeps it off the walls through there, burning that ERS again on that exit, coming into now, might have hit the wall there, now into swimming pool, hits a bit of that wall there a couple of times, coming into corners at corner 18 through 19, keeps it out of the walls through there, burning that ERS down to the line, and we'll go P2 for the time being with a 109.851 as we are sort of midway through quali.
Yeah, I'm just
With
trying to get this
most of
person in. Bear with me a second.
and Aiden rating just tops the timing table for the time being, jumping above Zombie with a 109.046. So we could see some of the drivers going into perhaps the 8s when they come out for their final run. It's here to Monaco.
Yep, quite a
And
few.
there is
Go on, you carry on.
Com United just went into that runoff right before the Monaco the not Gets the runoff right before you head into the hairpin, but gets it, reverses himself out of there, and goes on his merry way.
Well, there we go. There we go indeed. Top four in the 109s at the moment. We've got Aiden's rating in 109.046, who is really struggling going into the pits as well. So we've got Kazuto on a 109.733. Looks to be on a lap. Let's have a look. I'm just trying to keep an eye out. I think he may be on a lap. Let's see. Oh, lap data. There we go.
No.
No, he's not burning. Oh, yeah, actually, could be. He could be. He's burning. Let's have a look in Sector 2.
Burning a bit.
Sector 2. He's not burning. He could just be giving it a go. No, he's definitely not. No, there we go.
No. He's almost like 2.7 seconds down. So coming in, we do have, I think, Zombie on a lap, judging by how much deployment and battery he's burning coming through now into Swimming Pool, trying to get provisional pole yet again this evening. Keeps it out of the walls coming through coming through corner 18 and up through 19. Will burn that battery down to the line and will get provisional pole yet again with a 1.889 here. So we've seen the first of, I think, a few drivers jump into the 108 section, as a majority of the drivers so far are on 10 and 11 seconds, with just the two drivers at the bottom on 14.
Yeah, as we see Kenworth in on a lap at the moment in that Sector 2 in P5 with a 1:10.342. Let's see if he's going to see any improvement with 6 minutes to go. Still quite a lot of time to still set some times, so the guys might run a few more sets of tyres. At the moment, he's got a little bit of traffic in front coming through. Looks like he may have dropped. No, he's dropped out. He has dropped out of that lap, so he is not going to continue. We'll jump on with Gangster. Gangster looks like to be on a lap at the moment. He is in Sector 2. Oh, he may not be on a lap. I'm just seeing he's low on fuel. Let's have a look. Yes, he is on a lap, so let's have a look at Gangster. He's in P8 at the moment, and he's got a bit of traffic out in front as well, and he is in P8, and they're getting out of the way as well, which is really good to see, even though you can just drive straight through them with the rules that are on. And here we go. So we've got Gangster coming around into the last couple of corners, getting really a lot of move there through the swimming pool section. Oh, and he's lost the rears! And there we go. He's lost the rears, and that is done and dusted, and he can't move around. And yeah, people just drive through him. He's actually damaged the front wing at the same time. Really unfortunate for Gangster.
Yeah. And I wonder if, even though I know there's an announcement, whether the drivers bothered to fully read it. They may or may not realise ghosting is turned on. I know a lot of them do, because a lot of them were talking about it. But now we see quite a few drivers, I think some are on laps, some are in the pits, some just are going out on outlaps. As RJ Gibson has binned it, I think, in Swimming Pool from the location of his dot. So it's the second person to bin it here in qualifying at Monaco, which doesn't surprise me given the nature of this track. Although I do hope we have the majority of the drivers finish the race here this evening. Now, do you think... no, this is Monaco, but do you think we will see a safety car or a VSC this race?
Yes.
It's Monaco. Even though I think the safety cars would be on reduced due to it being... red flags as well, I think, are reduced to being a street circuit, but it's Monaco. It being on reduced means absolutely nothing. As we have seen, I think, in every street circuit, when the safety cars have been on reduced, we've seen a div somehow pull out a safety car. As most of the drivers are now in their pits, getting ready for rush hour here in a few minutes, and then maybe a minute or two time, so drivers would head out for their final runs here this evening.
Yeah, we're on AXT at the moment. AXT is on a flying lap. He's in P14 with a 1:11.507. He's up on his time there, 0.61. Hits the wall though, coming into sector 1 there. Gets around into the bend there. 60% of the ERNs. Could have lost a little bit of time. People are getting a little bit cautious of Monaco, and they will be worried of those walls. 60% now coming through the tunnel section. Let's have a look. Are we going to see an improvement there in sector 2? You've got to be so careful of this wall on the left-hand side. Coming through the harbour, down the main straight, coming into swimming pool section very, very soon. Are we going to see an improvement? He looks a little bit cautious there. Then coming through into swimming pool now, and he's lost time. But let's see, he could gain that up in the final sector here, coming around into the last couple of corners. Really getting onto the brakes, fighting the car a lot. Trying to get as much grip down with the DRS, which I think is absolutely pointless, down the main straight, and it's going to be a 1:11.201. It was up on his time, 3.5 tenths, so it was an improvement there, but yeah, looked very, very nervous.
Yeah, and bumping those walls, even though he did improve, it would have hampered his time ever so slightly, as we do now have quite a lot of the field coming out to start their final flying lap.
Yeah, just remember just to get a screenshot of the full quali results so we can do the custom grid as well. Okay, that
Oh,
would be
will do.
fantabby-dozy. All right, you can take it away with someone for a flying lap. Who do you want to jump on board with?
Okay. I've just sent RJ back his invite because he did leave the session you choose. I chose
There you go, Paulie Mad.
last time.
He's in the Ferrari P16. Over to you.
Coming now up through sector 1, burning that battery, coming through into corners. I forgot. Now coming in to the hairpin, keeping it nicely off the walls, through the hairpin, quite tight, keeps it nice, keeps it off the walls. Now coming into corner 8, and is now stepping his foot down on that ERS, burning it through the tunnel, coming into this nice chicane, keeps it out of the walls, nicely done, burning that ERS through, and we have a third retirement. Anyway, back coming now down around, getting ready to head into swimming pool. Keeps it nice and clean through swimming pool. Now coming up into corner 18, quite tight, coming into this little snake of 19, burning that battery down to the line, and we'll go up into stays P17 for the time being. That is qualified.
No improvement then for Paulie Mad.
No, and he will stay in. So we do have now the drivers coming across the line once again. So across the line.
Oh, zombie crashes into the wall in P1 at the moment. A little bit of drama there.
Aiden is also in a wall. That was Aiden in the wall.
Oh, it was Aiden in the wall.
There's still, yeah.
Yep, sorry, Aiden in the wall. Apologies.
I don't know if he realised he sat there and before he reversed out, not to give any of the cars coming up a jump scare. But I think the next car to come across the line will be Daniel. Can he improve? He does jump up into P10 for the time being. The next person to cross would be I think. No, that is qualifying all done and dusted. So they're in the pits, and if I can hit the correct button. And I believe that is qualifying all done, as they are now in the pits, and I have taken a photo of the current Corley results.
Okay. Awesome. That will be it. So we will be back very, very shortly. If you've got the positions, that's great. So Zombie leading the way. Aiden is Maiden. Gangster, Kenworth, Kazuto, Symphonic, Jazzatan, Quicksilver Dick, Com United, Daniel Rocks, RJ, Devo, AXT, Jazzy, Wizfam, and MPJ, Polymed, Dilby are the ones that we will be done. So we'll be back very, very soon with a new lobby reset. So yeah, we'll be that. We'll do that in a second. And yeah, some going to be good. It's going to be very interesting when we get this underway from the start. How these guys are going to all go with that damage. So
Yeah, and they will need to retire from the feature to reset the lobby.
yeah.
So we will just now wait and pass the time as
I'm just waiting for everyone to retire,
yeah.
and we will just mute. Hopefully, yeah, we'll mute so nothing comes through on the stream. Hopefully, that is the case. a lobby restart throughout the whole weekend as well through Division 1 to 5. And we did see the qualifying, and we are going to get underway and get under the race. Phoenix, what do you think is going to happen here? This is a track which people are dreading.
I have one word: carnage. It's Monaco. Even in quali, we saw people bitter where there's not many cars around them. But going into corner one, I will not be surprised if there'll be a couple of end plates flying right off the cars due to the nature of the circuit.
Yep, definitely. Going to be a very interesting night, I'm sure of it. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, we are going to get underway for the race. And yeah, everyone's going to get their setup soon. We're going to have the first race at the night race of Monaco, which is going to be exciting. So just wait for all the setups to get underway. And we will go. Right. Just waiting for everyone's setups to get underway. And we'll be starting off with the reserve program. Only 2 more races left of the season. Zandvoort next week, and then Silverstone. And the reserve program is finalised and done and dusted. And it's been a very, very good season. Been very, very popular this season. Full grids mainly each week, which is really, really, really good to see. And hopefully we'll see what happens going into season 11. And I'm sure these guys will be jumping in and doing socials and getting amongst it. We still have the league races where we'll be kicking off with Saturday with Division 1 and then Division 2 and then so on and so on. So here we go. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we are away here at Monaco for the reserve program, and let's go into turn 1. How are we going to go? It's going to be an easy one there as we see Zombie's got it. Everyone is getting through. Really good to see. It's going to be very, very interesting now to see who's going to be making overtakes. We've got yellows at the back in sector 3 going down there. We've then got Toast that's going side by side, and it's already started as people are trying to get positions done. As you can see right at the back there, the 2 V-cabs have hit into the back of the Haas down there in P10. Everyone coming into the lovely hairpin in sector 1, going through into sector 2 now through the tunnel as Zombie is leading his way with Aiden's way behind, then Gangster, then Kenworth, Kaz, Symphonic, Quicksilver, Jazzitan, known as Toast, Com United, Daniel Rocks, RJ Gibson, AXT, Devo, WizFam, Jazzy, Muzz, Dilby and NPJ. Not a bad start there for the reserve program here, actually, Phoenix.
No, it's been quite mundane for what Monaco normally brings to league races, as lap 1 is about to conclude with not all too much carnage. And I spoke too soon. In true commentator fashion, someone has put it into a wall or into the pits. I am not quite sure there, but we have one retirement or DNF right at the end of lap 1. So say we mostly got through lap 1 unscathed. Sort of Zombie and Aiden breaking away from the main pack, which is now split into 2 drivers, with the drivers behaving themselves around Monaco, which is strange but nice to see, as we do have an end plate missing here and there. I saw Axe's missing one, but most of the drivers seem to have kept their front wings on lap 2 here.
Yeah, no, really, really good start for the front 2 as Zombie and Aiden's Raiden have tried to pull away from Gangster down there in P3, who is 1.1 seconds. He's then got Kenworth not far behind him. Nice little battle going on here between Aiden and Zombie, but Zombie is 6.5 tenths out in front. We've got the fast slap of Gangster that's managed to call it there for the time being. A little bit further down, we've got some battles going on. Everyone's quite spread out at the moment, but everyone is still close to try and make moves. Aiden is Raiden getting closer to Zombie, especially in that Sector 1 area at the moment. Let's have a look. Here's Aiden Rain going to try and make a move. Not at the moment, but he is getting closer to Zombie. Zombie harvesting that battery. And basically everyone on the medium combat tyres, apart from Dilby, who is on those set of hards. Does Aiden Raiden get a little bit closer to Zombie through the tunnel? As you can see, a lot of ERS here. 90% of ERS, and Zombie slows down here. Does Aiden Raiden get a little bit closer? Very, very well done there. Gets a little bit closer now, coming into swimming pool. We saw a massive crash here in the F1 a long time ago. Mick Schumacher absolutely cut his car in half here, and so very easy to see there. We can see a little bit of a wobble there. The hardest thing here, Phoenix, is the DRS, because when you come round into it now, if you're not close enough, it's extremely difficult to get past, because you're burning your battery. The car in front's burning a battery. Ayla's Raiden tries to go for a move, and there you go. So you cannot get past. So difficult with the DRS zone here at Monaco.
Yeah, Monaco's just is a difficult track to overtake in general, due to it being quite tight and the walls being very bitey if you do get
Gangster's
too
out! Gangster's out! He has hit the wall. We're going to jump on board with AXT and see what the marshals are going to get out to get rid of that car. You can see on the left hand side he's gone straight into the wall, and we are down another car. Back to you, Phoenix.
I completely forgot I was saying, because I saw there was a yellow flag, and then about a second later you came in. But we haven't seen much car-to-car carnage and contact. We have seen cars bin it into walls by themselves, as we have another yellow in the... Not quite sure what happened. Oh, it looks like Daniel has gone deep into the runoff at the start of the hairpin there. Not something he would particularly enjoy, as the field has very, very quickly spread out at Monaco, as Aiden Raiden is still up the back of Zombie, trying to be an ever-present threat. Goes too wide around into that first sector, and Dilby is the first to pick up a track limit penalty here this evening.
Yeah, nice little battle out the front here as Aiden Raiden is really on the back of Zombie, tried to get the move there, but couldn't get the move done, and that is going to be the hardest thing here, trying to get the move done here at Monaco. And he got a bit slow there, Zombie, and Aiden Raiden is all over the back of him, and he looks like he's going to make a move through the tunnel. Over on the right hand side, gets the move done. Does he get it through? He needs to give him room. He's got nowhere to go there, and Aiden Raiden has to drop out, but does Zombie need to give room now? That's going to be an interesting call, because he did have the right hand side. He had the slipstream, as you can see. That's now brought everyone else back into it. Kenworth is now back into it as well, followed very, very closely with Kaz, who's just behind Kenworth, and then you got Symphonic, and then Quicksilver just down the road as well. So Aiden's Raiden is going to have another go, but you can see they're really trying to get the move done, but just could not get that outside move done.
No, he couldn't, as we do have WizFan picking up the second track limit penalty of this evening, as we sort of got a few, I want to say two. We've got the main train at the front of all the cars, and then we're sort of, the other cars are dotted around with a few of the cars being relatively close together, like RJ and Muzz. RJ tried to go for a move up the inside, but ran out of space to get it done, which seems to be a very common occurrence, but tries to get a move down the main straight and does not again, and misses it going down the main straight again.
Yeah, definitely. He's not got closer this time. Zombie really using that, harvesting that battery as well, and you can see Aiden's Raid is really pushing. Jumping on POV at the moment for Aiden's Raiden. I'm going to let you take a flying lap with Aiden's Raiden on this one. We're on lap 7, about to start lap 7. So Phoenix, over to you on Aiden's Raiden.
Yep, not burning that ERS down the main straight, coming into corner 1. Maybe taps the wall there slightly on that exit, which will slow him down ever so slightly, coming up into corner 3. Nicely keeps out, gets very close to the walls, coming down into corner 5. Oh, as we do see Zombie smack it into that wall, coming through that chicane. Woofy, getting very close there, coming now into corner 8, and then down through that tunnel, burning that battery, jumping on that charge battery, coming into the chicane. Doesn't have time to get the move done. Does the chicane nicely, not burning that ERS up, heading into swimming pool, trying to focus on keeping it nice and out of the walls, coming through there, coming up into corner 18, keeps it very nice off the walls, coming across that main line yet again, and kept it out of the walls entirely for that lap, unlike Zombie, who did have a little smack into the wall right before the chicane. We've got a caution in swimming pool, but the kick of Muzz does seem to have its front wing still firmly attached to the car with both end plates, so I'm not quite sure what that one was about. Looking through the field is not. Some cars are getting oof as RJ Gibson does get the move. Oh, we have contact there between, I think it was RJ and Muzz, who some end plates and some carbon fiber did go flying, as I think they went about 3 wide into corner 1, which is a recipe for disaster, and Aiden does get, oh no, Zombie has gone into the pits to change tyres here this evening, so Aiden's rating will have the lead for the time being.
Yeah, great, nice little battle there between him and Zombie. Ada's Raiden getting very, very close. And now Symphonic getting very, very close as well. As Symphonic goes for the move. Kaz gets it all wrong. Got a little bit of damage on that front right. And Symphonic up into P2. Great job there from Symphonic. Well, I'll have to wait and see if this Kaz did just let him through. But yeah, he is through and up into P2. We've now got Aiden's Rain leading the way. We've got Devo going very slow. Looks like he's got blue flags as well. And he will have the 2 cars right behind him, who will be very, very close. And that is a what's happened there? Who has crashed? Who's had an issue?
Daniel has had a severe collision with Dilby, so it could be something to do with that, as Dilby does get a new front wing, but I'm not quite sure what caused that VSC. I saw the track go bright yellow, but I don't know who crashed where. But it could have been Daniel and Dilby, as they're. Oh, and Symphonic gets a 10-second penalty for speeding into the pit lane. So it's gone a bit south very quickly, as we are on the first VSC of the evening.
Yeah, definitely. Interesting to see what's going to happen here, as Aiden's Raiden has got the job done still on Zombie, as Zombie has not been able to get the job done. So Aiden's Raiden getting the job done on Zombie there after being behind him at the start of this race.
Yeah, oof, and Daniel gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car, as we are back to green and back to racing around Monte Carlo, better known as Monaco.
Yep, we've got more drama there. It's got yellows at the back. Trying to work out who that is. see who that is. It looks like it's Daniel Rocks there. He's moving over for Devo. He's gone straight into the wall again. So not the best of nights here at Monaco. And then we've got Devo in at P15, back up to Dilby in P14, then PJ in P13. Muzz is big in P12, then RJ Gibson in P11, Jazzy in P10, AXT in P9, Wiz Fam in P8, Com in P7, Kenworth in P6, who's having a nice little battle between him and Quicksilver, who's in P5. Deb just getting another 3-second time penalty. Zombie into P4, right on the back of Kaz on those medium compound tyres. Is he going to get the move? We'll just jump on board with Zombie. Phoenix, and I'll let you take this one away.
Yep. Zombie coming into sector 1, coming up into corner 3. No, I'm a few corners behind. Into now, coming into corner 4, trying and wanting to get a move done onto Kaz, and he wants to try and spoil that V-Carb party. It's currently the top 3 are all 3 V-Carb drivers coming through now into the tunnel, burning that battery down, cutting it off, coming into the chicane. Kill runs it very close to the wall, but keeps both of his end plates still attached, still very much closing, and smacks the wall there. So that will not help him trying to catch up to Kaz whatsoever, but still does keep it nice and close to the back of Kaz. Now Cat there coming into corner 19 down the main straight with Diaz burning that battery, but can't get the move done on that lap as Daniel Rocks has retired. I'm not sure if he pulled it into the pits or binned it somewhere. I think that was in the pits, judging off where his dot is. So he has called it, and we are 3 cars down from where we started.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad at the moment. Just watching on Zombie and Kaz, he's trying to get the move done, but Kaz is just putting that car in places where it's extremely difficult for Zombie to try and make him move, but he's going to get the run on him now through the tunnel. This is probably the places where we are going to see overtakes made. Cannot get the move done, and he's going to have to stay behind, but look how much speed he carries. He's now going to try and make a move here. You do not want to make a move there. It's not going to work. Going into the swimming pool section, Zombie is so close. Kaz has a little bit of a wobble. You can see he had a bit of a wobble there. Zombie then loses a little bit of traction coming around into the final corner. Can he get the job done at the moment? As Zombie looks like he could just be locked in P4. Doesn't get a better exit there than Kaz, and Kaz gets away again. And that is the hardest thing about Monaco, Phoenix, getting the moves done. As we see, Zombie's got the pace, but he can't get the move done and find the position where he needs to get the move done on the car in front. And just to still jump on this one because he's getting closer to him, but he just can't find the space or where on the track to make a move. One up 13 out of 27, and we've still got Aiden Israel leading the way. Zombie goes for a move on the right, and he does it. Gets it all wrong, and he hits to the side of Kaz and loses out and has lost. And the problem is here in Monaco, you make one mistake, you lose so much time. So going from 4.5 tenths behind, he is now 3.1 seconds behind. Back to you, Phoenix.
Yeah, and being on that 13 out of 27 with only 3 laps is very good, I feel like, for Monaco, as normally the reserve program is known to have a bit of carnage compared to some of the divisions. But again, some of the divisions are also known for putting on a nice show. Monaco is currently behaving itself, I would say, as we've seen moves happen, but also at the same time quite a handful of mistakes made as the field has basically very nicely spread out here. We've got a yellow, but that was just, I think, a blue flag for RJ there. We've got another, no, yellow, I think that was another blue flag. Blue flags are kind of trippy, but they're sort of catching up somewhat in that hairpin. I was about to call the Monaco hairpin a chicane, wrong corner, but they're sort of settling out, and we do have Genworth close-ish to Quicksilver as Aiden is rating now picks up a 3-second time penalty, which is not what you want, but he does have quite a lead on Symphonic as he does pick up the fastest lap of the race this evening. And I think whoever gets pole for each of the races will try and just run away from the rest of the field.
Moves trying to be made here at Monaco, and if we're looking at position changes, are we seeing many changes at the moment, Phoenix, that's been going on?
Well, we do have a few. Aiden was rating up one. We've got Symphonic up a few. The best are Wiz, Fam, and Muzz, which are up 7 positions respectfully, and then most of the other drivers are down 3 positions. Zombie down 3 from being P1 at the start. So a few changes in the back of the grid, but the front, there's changes across the entire grid really. But we saw those changes happen very early on, sort of, I want to say, off the start. You've got that jostling. We've had a few nice little battles so far as Aiden the Rating picks up the fastest lap again here. Oh, big crash. I saw that. I don't know who it was. There's a massive crash. Oh my, how is that not a VSC, as I saw carbon plates and everything go absolutely flying as 2 cars smacked into each other, getting a bit too close for comfort, as we did lose. I think it was Devo and MP that did have that collision and that are now out of the race. So we're down to 13 drivers now.
Yeah, and we're only one more lap to go before we are halfway with 10 laps of racing remaining. And at the front, we do have a few penalties. There we go. Symphonic's got 10. Aiden's Raiden's got 3. We've then got Dilby and RJ with 3 each as well. And there you go. There are your position changes. So the biggest mover is WizFam, who is a new driver in the league as well. So welcome on board, my friend. Great job so far in P8, up 7 spots. We've also then got Muzz, who's up 7 spots, so a bit of a tie at the moment between them. Kaz has just got himself a 3-second time penalty down there in P4, 3.2 seconds adrift of, well, actually, just right behind Zombie. Zombie is 3.3 seconds adrift of Symphonic. Had to reply, I had a problem at home. We'll leave the lobby open though, so don't crash it. Thank you very much, Devo. Really appreciate it, mate, and appreciate you hosting tonight. Kenworth doing the fastest lap with a 1:10.983. He is in P7 at the moment on those mediums. Zombie is on those mediums as well, and so is Dilby. Can anyone get a move done? We are starting to see these gaps really starting to pull out now. 9.8 seconds deficit between Symphonic and Aiden's Raiden. This is the closest battle at the moment that we've got going on, and I'm going to let you take it on board with Kaz when we get round on to the next lap, which will be coming up to lap 18. But Kaz is trying to get the move done there, and let's have a look. So coming around the final corner, I think there's a bit of damage on that right side as well, which is going to hurt him, but he is getting closer to Zombie. So Phoenix, take it away.
Yeah, burning not a lot of that battery. We'll try and harvest it coming through corner 1 nicely, burning that battery up the hill, trying to chase Zombie down to jump back up into P3, coming around down the hill into the corner right before the hairpin. Maybe runs it a bit tight around the corner. Now through the hairpin, nicely done. Still trying to chase down Zombie. He's now dropped a fair bit, but will dump that ERS down through that tunnel a bit, coming out of the corner. Seems to caught up a little bit, but not all too much coming through that chicane. Heading down into swimming pool, but still can't seem to catch it up for the time being, as they will have a lapped car ahead of them, which could cause an issue coming in to as Zombie jumps into the pits. So Kaz will remain in P3, will get P3 for the time being. Yeah.
A Zombie has decided to pit. I think they're obviously doing the two-stop just to test it, to see how it goes. I don't think you need to do it in 35% race, so yeah, but all good. We'll have to wait and see. But as you're right, Kaz does lead into P3 now. Symphonic into P2 and Aiden's leading in P1. Great job from Aiden is Raiden a little bit further on. We've got some battles going on. Yes, we do. We've got this nice little battle between AXT and Jazzy at the moment in that Sector 3 area. And Muzz looks like he's about to join that pack as well. And let's see if AXT can get the move done. Both on the same amount of tyres, 9 laps to 8 laps, so a little bit of a deficit between Jazzy and AXT. As we see Wizfran coming into the pits on those mediums. We've got yellows at the back. What's happened there? Has someone lost it?
I think it was RJ letting a car pass or running a bit deep into corner.
Move at the front. We've got Symphonic coming into the pits on those 9 lap hards. Early, they're very early. Back up to AXT, who is getting closer to the back of Jazzy, who is just nearly falling at the DRS there. 9.5 temps, and some great racing actually. I know there's only 13 guys left, but mixed division from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pretty good so far. What we've seen with 7 laps remaining.
Yeah, and Monaco, it's been some nice battling. Even though it's not really a very battle-friendly track, the drivers still find a way to have those battles no matter what track you put them on. Yeah, as Axe is starting to fall behind Jazzy further and further, still barely keeping up within that DRS zone, and will gain a bit back, but also has no battery coming into corner 1 and will drop further back again.
Definitely, you can see there that the battery is very, very different to Jazzy and AXT. Jazzy just having a little bit more reach of the battery as well, and it looks like they are getting the blues from Aiden as Raiden, so Aiden as Raiden will have to get the move done. Symphonic getting himself a 3-second time penalty here, and let's have a look. Aiden as Raiden is coming around the corner. One of these guys is going to have to move out of the way, but they are battling each other. Waving the blue flags. Are we going to see the move? Yes, we are. Good job done there. Aiden as Raiden does get through, and yeah. Looks like Jazzy's got a bit of breathing space, but Aiden as Raiden is catching up on those 11 lap hards. As you can see right in front of him, he has got that car, which is going to be lapped very, very soon. As you can see, Aiden as Raiden really picking up some momentum. And there you go, getting out of the way. Good to see. That is good to see at Monaco. Guys moving out the way, seeing the blue flags, and notifying that the leader is coming through. So we're on lap number 21 going on to 22, and we are going to still see this battle go on here between AXT and Jazzy. Question is, Phoenix, can AXT get Jazzy by the end of this race?
Oof. I am not sure. As AXT, it seems to be keeping like pace quite similar and maybe catching ever so slightly each lap. So I think it will be a battle all the way until the end, unless AXT can pull something out of the bag. Yeah, but I think that battle will go right till the end of the race, as Com United now joins the penalty club here at Monaco. So you do have Zombie catching up to the back of Quicksilver, very close going through that hairpin, almost touching as they come down into the tunnel, looking for a move. Oh, doesn't quite get the move done through the. Oh, no, gets the
Oh,
move done
great move.
through a bit of contact, but does manage to squeeze a move out in that chicane, which is an interesting spot to get a move done.
Yeah, you had to make the move. Hooney, mate, more than welcome to jump in if you want to have a quick chat with us, mate, about your race coming up this week. RJ getting a 3-second time penalty down there in P13, and RJ Gibson has called it. I think he may have
Oh,
retired. I think he has retired. Let's have a look. We're on board with Com, it's going to go slow, yep, and the car has disappeared on the under BSC with 5 laps remaining. And yeah, another one bites the dust, as they say. RJ is out of this race on lap number 23. Aiden's Raiden still in the lead, 35 laps to Zombie that's in P2, who is 35 seconds behind him. So a big lead there. We've got Quicksilver in third with 3 seconds to go, looking very, very fast. The Division 4 driver that is fighting for that championship in Division 4. Then we've got Kenworth. Be interesting to see what he can do this week if he is racing in Division 1. Been very good performance from him. Kaz as well in Division 2 will be one to watch out for. Same with Symphonic, the TP of VCAB. Com United looking good as well in Division 4. Jazzy as well. AXT does get the job done, but unfortunately doesn't, because he's gone into the pits. Jazzy continues. AXT comes into the pits. Muzz is Big is doing a great job in P10. Then you've got Wizfam, the new driver. What a drive from them. Great drive, well done. And then you've then also got Dilby in the Mercedes down there in P12, who I think is right behind the leader. No, he's not behind the leader of Aiden's Raven. He is behind Quicksilver. So he has been lapped, I think. I'm trying to work out how that's worked, because he is 12th and he is. Hang on. Yes, he has been lapped. I just needed to double check, because I was like, he's battling the Mercedes, which is interesting. But yeah, so good job there from Dilby, doing a good job. And yeah, penalties though. Phoenix, what's the go with the penalties?
I almost pressed the wrong button. Well, we've got Aiden who's rating with a 3-second, but currently he is well clear of 3 seconds to Zombie, with all the other drivers also being on 3 seconds, with Kazu, Symphonic, Com United, Wiz Farm, and Dilby. So 6 drivers out of the 12 left, so half the drivers left in the race at the moment to have a penalty, which won't, by the looks of it, won't change the order all too much at the moment. Perhaps a switching of the positions. No, I don't think it will actually affect the positions at all, as we are now on lap 25 out of 27.
No. 2 laps to go with those penalties. Doesn't look like it will change a few things. Maybe Kaz, no, because then Simplified's got a penalty, and then there's 2 big enough gaps at the front and in the midfield as well. So it looks like it will be no situation there. I'm going to jump on board with Kaz though, and I'm going to take that one away as well, Phoenix, as he is getting on the. Sorry. Kazuto is getting on the back of Kenworth, trying to get that P4 position, but does have that 3-second time play. So over to you.
Yeah, now coming through that tunnel, turning that battery down to almost nothing, coming very close through the back of the chicane. As we do see, and Kenworth tap that wall a bit, which will play in Kazu's favour as they come flying through swimming pool. Kazu getting very, very close to the back of Kenworth, keeping it off. I think taps a little bit there, coming out of corner 18, now coming through corner 19, will get DRS and will burn every little bit of battery. Not quite, but doesn't quite get the move done there, as Dilby now picks up another 3-second time penalty, flying now back through sector 1 just didn't have the battery along that DRS zone to get the move done, but got very, very close in sector 3. So now heading back to go through the hairpin yet again.
Yep, getting very, very close, and I think we are coming to the final lap as Aiden Israelian is just about to finish up. Excuse me. Here we go, lap 27 out of 27. Aiden Israelian is leading the way at 17-second gap to him and Zombie, but we've got this battle going on here between Kaz and Kenworth. Can Kaz get through and make a move here? We'll have to wait and see. He does have the 3-second time penalty, but Kenworth could put himself into a bit situation where he could get a 3-second time penalty. Quicksilver comes into the pits on those hard compound tyres in P3. Is going to lose out to Kaz and Kenworth and Symphonic and mainly and maybe Com United. No, it doesn't look like it. We'll have to wait and see. No, it doesn't look like he will. But this is the battle going on at the moment between Kaz and Kenworth. Kenworth holding his position, putting that car in all sorts of places that Kaz can't get through, but he's made a little bit of a mistake. Kaz coming around the outside. They're going to go side by side. Now they're going to go side by side in the hairpin, and Kaz gets through. But can he make a 3-second gap within this lap? I don't think he's going to be able to. Great job there. Zombie gets another penalty as well. That takes him up to 3 seconds. And there we go. Kaz is into P3, but he's going to lose that P3 spot due to that 3-second time penalty. Aiden as Raiden finishes the race. We've got yellows in sector 1. It looks like he's crashed into the wall. And yeah, looks like there's a massive accident at the end there, which is a bit unfortunate. And Zombie has gone into it and spun his car across the line. So hopefully we don't see that. There's a massive pile up down the main straight as Kaz comes around now. And you'll see all 3 cars right in front of him. There they are. Whoa! There we
And
go.
then, they collect even more cars.
There we go.
As the race is now, as we now wait for the final 2 drivers to cross the line. We now just wait for Com, who's now coming up into corner 19 to finish us off here in the reserve program. That was certainly an interesting race with a bit of carnage here and there. Nothing corner 1, lap 1, which was a bit surprising, but we had some very nice battling here, which is surprising for Monaco. The drive of the day goes to Muzz as well.
There we go. Job done. We will bring Aiden in for a quick chat for an interview. Only P1. And first of all, while we wait for Aiden as Raiden, give me your summary of that race.
Well, it wasn't quite. We still had carnage, but that's very much normal Monaco behaviour. But we didn't have as much as I thought. We had that spin over the line though. But we had some nice battling, which I want to say is a bit strange at Monaco, but it was very nice to watch nonetheless here.
Definitely. Yeah, really good to see some battling as well and seeing some people go at it. We've got Aiden as Raiden taking out P1, Zombie taking out P2, Kenworth taking out P3, Kaz unfortunately getting that penalty, which meant Kenworth got back out in front. Symphonic in P5, then Quicksilver, Com, Muzz, AXT, WizFam, Jazzy, Dilby, and unfortunately we've lost RJ, Devo, MPJ, Daniel Rocks, Gangster, Toast earlier on in this race. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 DNFs in this race and 12 finish. So we'll see what Aiden has got to say. He jumps in for a quick interview if he is going to jump in.
How did you enjoy that race?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought that was quite good. I thought quite impressive. I know there's a few DNFs as that as well, um, but we'll have to wait and see. Um, yeah, I think going to be very interesting at the weekend to see how things go. Um, yeah, so uh, just going to see if Aiden can jump in. Uh,
I don't think he can. He said, I gotta grab food and get ready for Div 3.
okay, okay, all right, all good. All right, we'll bring in Zombie then. We'll bring in P2 as we're not going to get uh, we're not going to get P1 in, so we'll bring Zombie in. We'll see what he's got to say about his performance and how he thinks he's going to go this weekend. So, Zombie, mate, if you're listening in, feel free to jump in, and he has jumped in. The man waits for my call, and he comes coming. Okay, Zombie, I'll start this one off. Obviously, a lot of people probably a little bit petrified about racing this track. A bit worried, obviously, with the walls and stuff. But in all, how did you find it, mate?
I mean, I love Monaco. I like the close walls, the close moments. So I love Monaco.
Anyone loves Monaco when they're leading.
So I've always been a master at it. If it's not for VSCs.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, we sort of qualifying a little bit of a change. Obviously, this weekend, obviously, where guys can go through each other, and they can know there's impeding, which is we don't really want for the stewards to hand out 20 tickets before we even start the race. But we did see a nice little battle going on between you and Aiden as Waden. We know Aiden as Waden's Div 1, you're in Division 2. Obviously, your performances have shown that you can match and race in that division, as we've seen you reserve up. How do you think that went? Like, because he was looking for moves left and right. You were locking the door. You were shutting the door. Like, how difficult is it, like, to try and defend when you've got a car which is very, very fast, trying to make a move?
I mean, it's Aiden, so it's definitely not easy. It's not one of the easy Div 1 drivers, so. But I always know he's clean, so I'm not really scared to go side by side with him, no matter what track it is, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. I'll ask you one more quick question. How do you feel about this weekend, Division 2? It obviously wasn't probably the best of weeks for you guys in Division 3, a double DNF. So, obviously, a bit of redemption going into this week. How do you feel in yourself and also with the guys, and also seeing tonight that Toast DNF'd? So, could be some smiles, to say the least, on that. But how do you feel this weekend?
I think all I need to do is, don't be a complete idiot. I just went for, I think last weekend I just went for moves that weren't there, and I could have waited. Obviously, with Lamb and Toast incident, with them not having front wings, and I just tried rushing it because of my 3 seconds. So but I think yeah, the main thing is if I put on a pole time like I did today and get on pole, I think I just got to drive it from there. Obviously, with the mandatory two-stop rule, which doesn't make it any easier anyway.
Yeah, well, we've seen in the last few weeks you've got some really, really good momentum. So, like in the last two tracks coming up, including obviously Monaco, how are you feeling for your chances? Obviously, it looks like the championship could be out of reach now, but obviously Zandvoort and Silverstone, you're looking for a good finish.
Oh yeah, I love those. I love these last three tracks. Just there's no championship on the line. I got nothing to lose to me right now. So I'm just gonna go full send. Not actually, full send, but try and secure the last three wins because I like these last three tracks. But I know you still got people like Toast and Lamb and Ricciardo and Controlling and Echo and stuff like that. So I can't really certify anything in this division.
One last question: you going to get in the mix of that championship fight between Toast and Lamb? Cause a bit of pressure, bit of drama. We saw the graphic go up the other day between 11 points between the two of them. You know, you're going to be a spanner in the works and cause a little bit of problems for the Alpine or the Ferrari driver?
Oh, 100%.
That's what I like to hear.
I'm,
Obviously, don't crash them out.
I'm not doing. I'm not slowing down myself for them. I'm gonna fucking try and zoom past them when I can.
Yeah, awesome. Well, it was a very interesting race actually across the board. I know that obviously we did have a few retirements tonight, but how did you find the night race at Monaco?
Yeah, I actually found it quite nice. Obviously, I think one thing is the temperatures don't rocket sky high, which I think around Monaco is very important, especially during that last sector and swimming pool and stuff. When you've got high temperature tires, they're not very nice to you.
Yep.
So but it looks nice as well. So yeah, I like nighttime Monaco. I think we should continue this.
Nice. Okay. Well, I'll. That's my last question, and I'll let Phoenix take it away if they've got any questions for you either.
Thank you.
I do not, but looked like you had a nice battle for quite a large chunk of the race tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I had nice battles with well, maybe not Kazuto because I spun myself around, but yeah, no, Adam's fight was quite nice. So
Awesome. All right. Well, good luck. All the best for this weekend, and yeah, congratulations on that P2, and let's see if we can turn that into a P1.
yeah, thank you, SJ. Thank you, Phoenix. Have a good night.
You too, mate. Take care. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in for the reserve program. We have also nearly reached our gifts badge. We've got basically 196 to 200 to reach that challenge. So if you want to gift a sub or want to get involved in that, then feel free to press that blue button or subscribe to any driver in the league, or you can pick someone anonymously as well and get amongst it. That was the reserve program, round number 16. Only 2 more to go. It was a very interesting night. First one seeing at the Monaco circuit at night, which is something we've never done before. So it's going to be very interesting. Phoenix, any questions from you before we wrap it up?
No, but a lot less carnage than we had at Baku. So Monaco, so far, is treating Rush well.
It is indeed. It is indeed. And I'll just see if there's any quick shout outs before we do wrap it up, as some people may have jumped in or given us a little bit of a follow. So just bear with me in a jiffy. So here we go. Let's have a look. Have we got anyone jumping in to follow? No, we haven't. So thank you very much to everyone that's tuned in tonight. Remember, do not forget, Monaco is up at Division 1 on Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. AEST. Still big championships up for grabs. It is Fat Cat and JF7. It could be a 4-way fight at the moment for that championship in Division 1. Then on Division 2 on Sunday is the Battle of Lamb and Toast in the Alpine and the Ferrari. There's 11 points difference between them going in to 2 more races after Monaco. And then we've got Division 3. Brett has pulled in that gap, but there is still opportunity for Brian still to take that championship as well, depending on what happens in the next 2 races. And then it's coming down to the wire. You will not believe it. Division 4 with Quicksilver and Mitch. It is a point with 2 races to go. Mitch has pulled it back, probably due to Quicksilver's last performance, which wasn't the best compared to where he was. He wasn't at his normal rig, so he was having a few little problems. And then Division 5, 47-point gap at the moment. It's still doable with 3 races to go, including Monaco, so that includes 2, but we'll have to wait and see. And then the biggest one is the overalls. Will Alpine be victorious this season in Season 10, or will Mercedes put a bit of a spanner in the works and put more pressure and more drama on Alpine going into the closing stages of the season? Get ready. Follow us on all of our socials. Get ready for the podcast as well. Division 3 will be finishing up tonight for results, so the verdicts will go out later on. And then we have got the last race as well this weekend for the NA at Abu Dhabi for Division 1. It is Meraki Don versus Delirium versus Alizzi for the title. And then it is basically done and sealed in Division 2. Harold has been crowned the champion of Division 2 NA. But the constructors in Division 2 is still up for grabs between Aston Martin, Red Bull and McLaren. Tune in for that. That's going to be a great night. Lot of action ready to go. No F1, unfortunately. Next week will be at the Canadian Grand Prix. So, it's all rush time this weekend. So enjoy it and get ready for the night race at Monaco. And Phoenix, great job on comms. And I will see you guys very soon. Good night.